Hey everyone, this is Dan, the GM, bringing you Season 2 of What the Dice. So no dilly-dallying, let's meet the runners.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeff, the GM of Big Campaign Podcast. I'll be playing Midas, your troll hacker with all the cereal.
Well, guess I'll go next then. I'm Kuiper Blut. I go by KY Jelly on the streets, in the street dock. And my bedman is about as good as my accent here. And I also go by Josh, and I run the Metagaming podcast.
I'll go next. I am Marshall. I play in the Big Campaign podcast. I'm playing Copperfield here, a gnome mage.
I'm Sean. I'm playing an Oni street samurai named Seance, or street named Seance. And I'm from the Big Campaign podcast. I play on there. I probably should have said that first. That's what you get.
Listener discretion advised. Content warning level green. Standard Shadowrun subject matter. Foul language. Sex, violence, drugs. For all of our content warning, none of these subjects go into graphic detail, but it is involved in the story of the episode. Listener discretion advised.
We come back as this team of misfit runners is sitting in the back of a completely engineless box truck in the hands of one, a strange box wrapped in their jacket that seems to be chilled to the touch. The rest of the team, well, two of the rest of the team stand by as one sits up in a tower waiting for, or scouting to make sure that no one comes up on them. What would you guys like to do?
You got the all clear for me up here still. Yeah, find anything interesting?
It's a bunch of museum stuff, artwork and stuff.
Sounds like rich people stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Might be able to get a penny for some of this stuff.
What, do you know offense?
A few.
Isn't this a super famous painting? Yeah, what do you give me for it? I know it's real good.
Now, with a cursory glance, you can definitely tell that a lot of these shipping labels are going to different museums around the city. So, I mean, they are expecting them, but you don't know if they are GPS tracked or what. You just know that this particular box, which has no label to it and no shipping label, is expected to, well, was expected to go somewhere else. But now it's in your hands, so Lord knows where it's going to end up. But we all know where it should end up.
Well,
I'm not really digging through a bunch of stuff in the back. I'm gonna secure the box on the back of my bike, and I'm ready to go. But I'm not going to get in the way of you guys ransacking the truck if you want to do that.
No, I'll be checking the net to see if there's anything coming our way. Make sure it's all in the clear, but we're already getting half a million new in?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, let's just get out of here.
Yeah, there's like almost no reason to bring even extra attention. If this is paying what it's supposed to, it's like, that's groovy. You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, since you are doing a matrix search, go ahead and roll me your computer use.
Okay. Nino. Boom, 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 boom.
We'll go pick up KY.
6 successes.
With 6 successes, and as everyone is going to go pick up KY, you're traveling through the net and you are just kind of perusing, seeing what's going on, seeing if there's any type of indication of problems, like anyone reporting gunfire, things of that nature. You do see that there are a couple of instances where the Golden City equivalent to social media, be it Twitter, Facebook, or whatever, I have yet to decide on a name for, is a hum of a bunch of red lights and stop sign, or a bunch of the traffic lights are going crazy, and that some people have made comments of that they heard something that sounded like a vehicle slamming on its brakes, and there's been reports of gunfire, but no one's really reported it to the Golden City guards yet. It's more of a, hey, is anyone shooting off fireworks tonight type thing.
Was there a game today?
Yeah, like, was there a game today? Hey, like, oh, hey, the local football team, local high school football team had a game tonight. Oh, when did it end? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it sounds like fireworks are going off. That kind of, like, no one's really suspicious directly, but there is definitely been a, things have been heard, but
Okay.
no one has reported it.
All right, it's still quiet out there, guys. Let's get moving.
Before you guys come and get me, do you think you ought to, dispose of some of that evidence?
I would like to know how you plan on disposing of a box truck and 2 bodies, if this is something you choose to do.
Fire.
I mean, yeah, like I look around at everybody and there's the big gas puddle on the floor.
Gotta clean that up. That's gonna hurt somebody.
Yeah, feels. You know what? Honestly, the cameras didn't catch us. There's no noise. We can just leave it. I mean, somebody shows up here and robs this truck for us?
Right.
Yeah. And there's the thing we got had no label, so it's not even on the docket officially.
Yeah.
Right. And we didn't take anything else, so
Mm.
it's like everything on their manifest is still going to be in the truck unless someone else jacks it.
If you're
Yeah.
saying all that over comms, I think K-Way would respond with, maybe we should set up a patsy then too. Maybe a stuck camera somewhere, and we can have recorded evidence of somebody else jacking the truck, so we're not the fall guys.
Yeah, I'll pad my sweatshirt. I left my camera at home.
Not to say that you guys aren't carrying practically mini supercomputers, and then you have the Decker who literally has like the equivalent of a supercomputer and a server built in one in their deck. But yeah, no, you guys don't have a camera.
That's the I got a headache. Of I don't have a camera.
Yeah. Though, as a Decker, you would know that if the streetlights are haywire, the recorders in the area might be going haywire as well. The longer you stay, the higher the risk of a camera kicking back in and catching you.
Yeah.
So-
So once
Yeah.
again,
Go.
get and go.
Yeah, let's
Hey,
just.
Copperfield.
Yeah,
Who took the frog's car?
I don't know.
It's a riddle.
It was Toad. And then I'll hop in the passenger seat.
I'll chuckle as I climb in my seat.
Driving back into the city, I'm sure you're probably going back towards where you guys know the city instead of going up towards the high district. Are you guys planning on getting into Edward Light's apartment now, or do you want to plan it a little bit more so that you can at least guarantee not being caught or have a solid plan? Because I don't think you guys actually planned the part of the drop-off.
Correct.
No.
Correct. We did not plan our drop off.
We did get a floor plan, or there was an attempt for one, I think.
No, you did successfully get a floor plan.
I think we
It is kind of like basically Midas logged on to the condo website, found out what Edward Light's apartment number was, and then found the generic floor plan that every apartment has. Like, he's in one of the high-end condos, so they have 4 of these condos, so there's one floor plan for these 4 condos. So you have a pretty generic condo layout.
Okay.
Was it a tall condo building or the side by side ones?
No, this is a tall one. He lives in one of the skyscrapers.
Got it.
Does he live in a penthouse?
Yes, he lives in basically what would be So the penthouses are a little different. They're kind of instead of being on the very top, they're actually built out onto the side, so they have the best view. So you have 4 cardinal directions, and these are built out into those 4 cardinal directions.
For a plan, I guess if we're all on chat together using our decks,
I think only Seance is not in the vehicle with us currently. If we're headed back,
Comlinks are usually, at least for anyone on a motorcycle, usually they'll have like it patched into their headset so that they can hear as they drive.
perfect.
because we need to get this into his apartment, right?
Yes.
What about if I send a message to the front desk as him saying that I'm expecting a package? Seance already looks like a delivery driver. If you talk your way past them, get in there. They might even just take you right up to the front door, and you can just slide it right into that penthouse.
I'm the most delivery driver looking of everybody.
I mean, it says 9-foot tall troll with concrete skateboard. Yeah.
And
I don't look like a delivery driver, or at least a deliverer.
Harry half-closed dwarf, the bedraggled goes, yeah.
Yeah. We all look at you. You're the most normal person here.
All right.
But that's just one idea. Just thinking of a simple way for us to get what we need to get where it needs to go without hurting any of us.
Does this Edmund want this thing?
You do not know. You do not know if Edward actually ordered this or what. You do know that your job was to stop it from getting to where it should have gone to where it needs to, or where the strange old man wants it to go.
Mm-hmm. All right. Does anyone know anything about this guy?
For who? Edward
Anything
Light?
besides where he works? Yeah. Anything besides where he works? Yeah. Or where he lives, I mean.
If anyone wants to roll a knowledge Golden City, you would have like an area knowledge Golden City, and if you don't have that, you can just roll a...
I got 3 Golden City knowledge successes.
I just can look him up too.
Yep, you can also just...
And you even have Golden City knowledge. That's perfect. Look at you.
Does anyone else want to roll?
I don't have that skill, no.
Oh, Midas doesn't know anything about the Golden City.
I just live here.
Well, you can roll a computer's use to see if you can find stuff.
I'd be
Yeah, you can just social media stalk this guy.
Yeah,
Be
you can
fixed.
just social media stalk this guy. He is a celebrity.
I do listen to him on the radio.
3, 6, 5.
Computer use.
What did I get? I got 4 on my knowledge Golden City.
We are going to start with the lowest, who is... Looks like it is Seance and... Seance in Copperfield. You know the name Edward Light as one of the main voices of the Golden City Broadcasting. He usually works nights and is predominantly kind of the soothing voice of the city. You would know his voice from any of the travel brochures that you can download or anything like that. He has kind of become the... Next up is KY. KY, you know a little bit more about him. You know that he is a celebrity that is kind of the celebrity of the people. He has no problem stopping and chit-chatting with people on the street if he has the time. He is pretty well known to stop and take photos with fans and sign whenever people see him. And the paparazzi absolutely hate him because he'll have a conversation with them. If they try to stop him and take pictures with him, he'll not fight it. And so the paparazzi in the area kind of have this, like, he's not worth harassing because they're never going to get a rise out of him. Midas, with your very, very high computer search, as you start to poke around, you kind of start to see that there's a lot of corporations that are not super fond of Edward. It seems as if his celebrity stardom, because of him having a favor to the local mom and pop stores, these major corporations have not been able to buy out some property.
Okay.
So he is definitely the kind of person that is going to help out the people in the city a lot. As you continue to dig, you also notice that he only ever is seen with 2 bodyguards. You also know through the digging that he actually doesn't get mail directly to his apartment anymore. It looks like there was a incident a couple of years ago where he was getting so much fan mail, he had to hire not a PR person, but an entire PR office to sort and deal with the fan mail. And then, kind of give him the, here's your fan letter, bulk email type thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
He also has a penchant for eating at home a lot. You don't see a lot of images of him out and about eating at restaurants unless they are like mom and pop places, and it's usually some kind of event that he is working. Though he is very frequent to a lot of the big Horizon parties because he is a celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
So, all that, and you also know that he works 12-hour blocks at the Golden City Broadcasting. But he does go on air about 6 p.m. and then ends at about 6 a.m.
And we're at about midnight right now?
A little after midnight, yeah.
Okay. And I believe the broadcasting tower is one of the places they said we could take this back?
Yeah.
You could, yes. But at night, the offices are closed. This is common knowledge for everyone. The Golden City Broadcast Tower is also City Hall, as well as the police headquarters, fire headquarters. It's kind of in the middle of the city. It houses all your government agencies as well as the broadcaster. At night, it is employees only. So you are able to get in. You would have to falsify documents to get in, but being a government office, it might be a little tricky. Not impossible, just tricky.
Alrighty. What are we thinking, guys?
I didn't learn much. Rather, I didn't know that much. Did you learn anything?
I mean, we know where he is and where he has to be. We know when he gets out of that place. We know his apartment's locked off. It's odd for him to get mail there, so that doesn't work to send that there.
Oh, that's news.
His press office corp, which handles all of this stuff, which leads me to think we can get this to him through turning it in as fan mail, and then his press office would sort it and get it to him, supposedly. Or we can all just go get a whole bunch of ramen, drink a bunch of sake, throw down some cheap beers, and wait till 6 a.m. and hand this off when he gets off of work. He likes to take pictures with his fans. And if this guy's giving us 500,000 new, and I'm a huge fan.
Is he supposed to know we're giving it to him?
You were not actually told that.
Yeah, I don't have in my notes that that's bad.
I like the sound of being fed, but could maybe we hire someone else to hand it off to him as a fan?
Yeah. So we don't get ID'd.
As far as a handoff goes, I think that would be the way to go. But do we definitely not want to do just fan mail?
If we took that route, I mean, not to put you on the spot, Midas, but you'd probably have to hack through the system to make it seem like they'd already approved this package or something.
Yeah, and also it just hit me that we might run into the problem of some overzealous or intelligent coworker might decide that weird unmarked books probably don't belong going to him. And that's just a random chance that could happen that I guess we can't really take a chance on.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we'd put it in a shipping box.
It is in a shipping box. It's in a solid piece of wood shipping
No,
box.
I mean like putting it inside of like
like cardboard?
unassuming, cardboard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they got to scan the stuff otherwise, right? Like, otherwise you
Right.
just freaking flatline this guy. Super easy.
Yeah. But we're supposed to make sure it gets either in his office or in his apartment. If it goes to another place, it might not even get to where it needs to be.
Mhm.
Okay. So
Could you possibly, hack the screener's service to make it seem as if this package was supposed to be there, and then we place it there so that there would be less questions? I don't know. Just spitballing.
How big is this thing?
So it would be. You have to carry it with two hands. It's that kind of big. It's kind of
Can I carry it?
yeah.
Okay.
The only person that probably would have a lot of issues carrying it would be Copperfield.
Okay.
Everyone else, it would be, well, Midas would be able to probably carry it one-handed. Everyone else would have to carry it two-handed, and Copperfield would probably need some kind of dolly.
Okay.
Because it's not necessarily heavy, but it is got some bulk to it. It's kind of like this awkward shape.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems a little hard and farther fetched to try and get somebody to hand off to him
Mhm.
in the middle of, well, not necessarily broad daylight, but you catch my drift.
Probably too big to drone up to his apartment or condo.
Was it the big drone?
what floor is he on?
Near the
He
top?
is near the top, so, what would be like probably like the 42nd floor type thing.
Gotcha. Okay. Make sure this wasn't like a 3-story one where it's like, can I
No,
throw
no.
this?
Just throw it through his window.
Yeah, exactly.
Apple's at the window. Hey, take this one.
Maybe a
From-
really big t-shirt cannon.
Mm.
So from the social media stalking that Midas did, some of the pictures that you see from his apartment, he has a very good view of the city. So it's clear that he is probably in that higher apartment level. So probably like, just by looking at some of the information, you're guessing, floor 42, thing like that. Like he's up there.
Okay.
Now, if you want, you can give me another computer's check and you can do another search on his apartment, see if you can find out any information there if you wanted to go that route.
Yeah, I mean, I'm open for any ideas, guys. What do we...
Yeah.
What's the security system like on his apartment?
Yeah, I
So
was
say,
just about
yeah.
to ask. What's the personnel like? Do they have staff there, or?
And you said you
Find
saw
out.
pictures of his apartment too?
We got the general floor plan.
Yeah, but if there's anything indicating on what security system he might have in the unit.
Mm.
I only
With-
got 4 successes.
With 4 successes, all of the security information is not listed. They do say that there is private security available, or you can hire your own. That the system does allow, or does have a key card access. So you would have to basically find a way to create a key card if you wanted to break in.
Mhm.
But it does say that there are specialty services available, but it doesn't go into detail because you have to have a login. You have to log in as a resident. But it does state that there are some specialty services available. So if you wanted to go more routing that way, you would have to give me a hacking check.
Midas.
What's up, Copperfield?
if we get to the building and hardline in, would it be easier to get information about it?
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Absolutely. Hardline means you don't have to deal with matrix firewalls and things of that nature.
And if it's keycard access, everything should be attached to one
A
system,
local
right?
instance. Yeah.
Like closed
theory.
circuit.
Ideally.
Yeah. Do they have maintenance at this building that works regularly, or is it just per?
You would imagine that they would have at least people who deal with trash.
Mhm.
There's probably some on-site maintenance, but things of like, AC repair, plumbing, they would have like just a superintendent on site, but probably have a little bit more call-in staff.
Right.
Contractors.
So garbage man.
We could spoof contractors.
Yeah.
I mean, I look like a garbage man, so.
We've got 6 hours till he gets off air and starts headed home.
Yes. Okay. That's if you want to do it tonight. Now you can do an extended test to get more information or guarantee certain numbers that you need to spoof anything if you wanted to go that route. It just completely depends on which route you want to go.
I'd like to spoof some sort of maintenance that I could get into his house and eat his food.
Yeah, I mean, if that gets us to getting the thing inside his house, I'm sure he won't mind if you borrow his entire fridge.
All right. So I'm assuming we are going to do an extended test to at least spoof you some credentials to at least get in the front door. Is that the plan?
Sounds good to me.
We're not trying to do a keycard thing, or is that later?
Well, isn't that key card part of that?
Oh, okay.
If we're
So you would
spoofing
need to get,
credentials?
you're going to spoof your contract, and then you can go in and get the temporary card, or you spoof the contract so if the key card doesn't work, you have a failsafe. So,
Okay.
How long do you want to put into this extended test? You can go up to, as far as a month. I doubt you would need a month to do this, but how many hours do you want to throw at this for your extended test?
I mean, if it's straightforward, easy enough, then we just want to take like a day, guys.
Sure. There's not a time limit on this thing.
Nope, there's not a time limit for the drop-off. The only thing you had the time limit on was the acquisition of the item.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Hey, if we don't have a time limit on the drop off, then there's almost no reason why we can't just get this to his office, which is one of the approved sites, and it's open during the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's.
All right. I think I'll take you up on that ramen.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's just go eat, and then tomorrow Seance can drop it off, and we can all go tell the old man that it's golden.
But
So are you all crashing at Midas's house? Apartment, whatever.
You have a bug out room?
I will look at the bathroom, the closet, and my bedroom. Yes?
You have a living room and a kitchen too.
Yeah, I got whatever those things you just said you needed. You can bug out in any one of these rooms.
Well, I guess we haven't been spotted yet, so I guess there's not much to be worried about, but I've run into some things in my past with creditors and the like. They tend to find you.
Yeah, I'll stay at Midas's.
Oh, if there's sake, I'm in.
yeah, I'll be there.
So my next question is, where are you going to put this box? Are you going to have it like out on the table to where everyone can keep an eye on it? Or are you going to hide it so if there's any anybody that comes to the door, it's harder to see? Or are you going to leave it strapped to the bike or tossed in Copperfield's car?
Have we looked in the box yet?
Oh, like opened it up? I haven't.
No one has opened it up, no.
I wouldn't leave it out in the vehicles. I would probably have it, bring it in. If people wanted to look at it, I wouldn't stop people, but I would probably just leave it wrapped so that it's just like my jacket.
Your jacket has also started to grow a layer of permafrost on it.
Oh, geez.
I'd like to take a look in that box just to make sure we've got the goods, you know.
Yeah, when you look at the box, I'll be inspecting my windbreaker to see what sort of damage has been done.
Cold doesn't bother me anyways, I say as I move one of my mechanical arms up to open the box.
Hey everyone, this is Dan, the GM, bringing you mid-roll. We're going to keep it short, we're going to keep it sweet, and I want to thank all my Patreon members first. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be able to keep this show going, at least not easily. So, Lady Lumi, thank you so much for joining our Patreon. And if you want to get your own shout out and join our Patreon, if you head on over to patreon.com/whatthedice, you can find us and you'll see all the really cool stuff we have to offer. With 2 tiers, our second tier giving you everything. Well, that's it. Wait, we have a promo. We got to hit that promo real quick.
Are you trying to serve me a subpoena?
No,
It's a
I'm
scam.
trying to do some crime.
Has this ever happened to you? You're trying to do some crime but don't know where to start? Well, you're in luck, listener. Why not try Sinless Brand Actual Play Podcast and YouTube series? Sinless is a Shadowrun 3rd edition actual play podcast that follows a group of career criminals while they try and make a life in the barrens of 2050 Seattle. Follow the crew as they build their reputation, starting as a simple Redmond gang doing odd jobs around the community and end up in way over their heads as deniable assets in international power struggles and megacorp feuds. Sinless eliminates the crunch and instead focuses on the stories of the runners that you'll come to love or hate. When you try Sinless Brand Podcast, you'll learn how to commit multiple felonies, such as kidnapping,
A horned figure approaching you. Okay, cool.
summary execution,
And I pull out my gun and I shoot him in the head.
grand theft.
Look, man, I'm driving, all right?
Not anymore, you're not parking, get out. Terrorism,
So how do we all feel about regicide?
and many, many more. So what are you waiting for? Try Sinless Brand Actual Play Podcast and YouTube series today. The makers of Sinless do not endorse commission of any actual crime outside of your gaming group. The makers of Sinless are not responsible people. Do not use Sinless brand products if you are allergic to fun. Talk to your doctor if you experience any of the side effects, including but not limited to uncontrollable laughter, compulsive dice roll, nausea, vomiting, lost character sheets, dizziness or vertigo, unnatural attachment to fictional characters, withdrawal between episodes, ocular bleeding, Cheeto fingers, caffeine dependence, insomnia, or death. Sinless, the actual play that puts the gag in baggage. Available at your local Stuffer Shack or wherever you listen to podcasts.
So if you're looking for more Shadowrun action and you want to check them out, head on down to the description. You'll find their link tree, which gets you access to their show. Well, that's it. It's time to get back to the show. And as always, may the dice gods bless your every roll. All right. So,
I'm just gonna let that go.
Seance, you don't have. Let me figure out.
You don't have
an
anything.
appropriate- Let me think of an appropriate role for you. Oh. You don't. Just. You can you roll Arcana? You can't roll on Arcana defaulted. Well. So you're looking for damages to your windbreaker. Let's default it and just do a perception check.
I don't need any results from this action. Just so we're clear.
Okay.
Just
Well, then
looking
you
at
see
my-
nothing.
Just looking at my
go.
windbreaker. I mean, is it like you say permafrost? Is this just like a layer of frostiness that I can brush off, or is it like changed fundamentally in some way? I
It
guess
has
that's
not.
what I was-
It has not changed fundamentally, but when you wipe it off, instead of like normal permafrost where it melts at when you touch, it seems to shatter then melt once it hits the floor.
Ooh.
But your windbreaker is completely undamaged.
Okay.
That's interesting. I want to look at the box too.
All right. Anyone that is looking at the box, you start to get this uneasy feeling as if something from the void is staring back at you. You really can't shake the feeling, and you really can't determine where it's from unless you have a knowledge arcana. If you have that, you can roll.
Can I ignore it?
Not dealt with knowledge arcana.
It would be a skill check, and it is arcana.
I have nothing in arcana.
All right, and it cannot be defaulted, so you know nothing.
Not spellcrafting or spellcasting, ritual spellcasting,
You have nothing in Arcana?
alchemy. No, I don't have arcana. I got all the other magic ones. I missed it.
I definitely do not.
Oh, yeah, I got some Arcana. I like puzzles.
Disenchantings.
I don't know anything about the city I live in, but Arcana, I got that.
Yeah. I mean, how else do you roll in Shadowrun?
Yeah. I'll take a look. I'll pause Street Chummers to look over at this book and throw a mouthful of cereal.
So there is no book yet. You see a box that looks like it is hewn from a solid piece of wood. When you pick it up, it has this cold feeling, like a frosty glass that's been left in a freezer for several hours. You kind of give it a shake, and you hear more than just a box moving. It almost sounds like insects crawling. With a knowledge arcana of that level, you start to think about it, and you can't really equate it to any actual arcana. You're not a spellcaster, but your brain kind of starts to go into video games. And you start to think of cursed items, magical items. This is definitely an item of substantial power that it has been clearly is warded in some way. You don't see any scrying on it. You don't see nails. It just looks like as if someone took a piece of wood and just somehow carved out the center and filled it with something that's got this weird, crinkly, bug-crawly sound and the thunking of a book as you rattle it around. Did someone say they had disenchanting?
I do.
Is that like the destroy vehicle of part 2 of your quest?
No,
What
it's
the
a skill. It's one of my skills.
No, it will not ruin things. It just makes it harder for things that I'm not telling you. If you want to try to disenchant this box, you are more than welcome to.
Oh my god, do it. Do all the successes.
I mean,
I don't know how you'd ruin a perfectly good cereal cooler, but whatever.
Well, you don't get to keep the box.
we want to mess with it?
Have I opened it by this point or not?
No, you guys can't figure out how it opens.
Oh, it's like a solid. So I couldn't just. Okay, there wasn't a lid. I got
No, there's not a lid. It looks like it is a solid piece of, like, if you took a tree and then cut it into a box shape, and then painted it black or stained it black. That is literally what you're looking at. Like, you don't know how they got the book in here.
Okay.
I would just try to punch it.
Oh my god, if you disenchanted it, it would turn into just a solid block of wood and you'd have to cut it open to get the book out. Is that it? Is that the complication?
I'm not telling you. You can roll your disenchant, and then we can
That's
see
totally
what
it.
happens.
That's totally it.
You see me winding up for a punch.
Let me try something first.
Oh, okay. What you got?
I'm gonna try disenchanting it.
That sounds fancy.
Oh, hey. Before you do that, I'll pause my show again. Do you guys need to mess with the book? Like,
We just need to confirm the package is there. Otherwise, it would be a little awkward if we just delivered the wrong thing.
okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll put my feet back up on the table.
Can't argue with that logic.
Nope.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Just so you know, I will also be entirely happy if this session ends with this exploding, all of us dying, and then his main campaign just has to wonder, like, a blip on the news of fourth-story apartment owned by local troll explodes for no reason.
That is
Newscasters don't say for no reason.
six successes on disenchanting.
So, what does disenchanting look like for Copperfield?
For
got them.
Copperfield, he does some fancy hand movements, touches the box, and there's a glow, and then the disenchantment will take effect.
As you are holding the box, there is this golden shimmer that starts to surround the box, and it begins to crack like a pane of glass. And as the final piece kind of cracks and you see the spiderwebbing flow throughout,
I'm chewing my cereal slower as I'm looking at this thing.
I've taken position behind the couch.
the magic explodes out and starts to send shards of magical glass around. You take 3 physical damage as pieces of this glass just stab into you, and it almost feels like your blood is freezing.
Oh, okay.
And now I need you to roll a d6.
There we go. 3. That's not good.
Oh, yeah.
As this glass seems to just absorb into you, you feel something kind of just reach into your mind, and all of a sudden, you know how to make the best sugar snap cookies in the world. Like, you know the exact, to the grain of sugar, to the drop of soy milk, perfect cookie. And you don't know why. It just forces this recipe into your head.
Okay.
And the book drops, or I'm sorry, the box drops to the ground. And the room around is starting to get colder, to the point of there is now ice starting to form on the glass.
Okay.
I'm putting my jacket on.
Is the box broken now?
It doesn't feel enchanted now.
Okay.
Yay, you did it! Well done!
I did the thing. But it's still a whole box.
It is still a whole box, but it sounds more like wood. It just sounds like it's just... You don't hear anything inside crawling around anymore.
That's good. Is there still a rattling? Like there's something in there?
Yeah, it definitely sounds like there's something heavy in there, like what would be the equivalent of a book. You could probably break this. Feels like wood would.
I punch it.
Do attack.
I'm gonna take a step back as he does that.
Okay. That is a glitch, my friend. You hit this wood and nothing happens except you feel pain in your cybernetic hand, which is weird because there shouldn't be pain receptors.
Ow. That's weird. Midas, you think you got the touch?
Yeah. Shifting my cereal bowl to my left hand, I will form a giant meaty fist with my right.
Really
And
hoping
bring-
critical glitch.
and bring it down with all of my might and ability directly on top of this thing. And 1, 2, 3. So it looks like that's 4 successes.
With 4 successes, the wood cracks under your meaty troll fist with ease, and there's this strange green, misty powder that pours out and dissipates. And the room no longer feels cold. But you still kind of hear the sound of like bees buzzing off and disappearing. And you can see the edge of what looks like a corner of a book.
Well, that looks like a book. At least we got that part of it right.
Awesome.
I don't think he told us what kind of book it was.
Well, you could fully remove it, and if you want, you can look at it.
Not it.
I mean, guy ordered a book. You got a book in a box.
Confirmed book in a box.
Yeah,
I feel
and
like
this-
if we keep on tinkering, we're gonna lose $500,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is... Everything else has been a little weird. Let's try and just put it back.
Oh no, the wood is broken. There is no
Yeah.
putting it back. It's
Well,
Yeah. No.
leave it be.
Yeah. I will grab a cereal box and I will slide the book into that.
it's not fully broken, but it's cracked enough to where like you broke a segment of it off, so you can see like that there is definitely a book in there, but you can't see like detail of the book. So it is
Okay.
still in the box. It's just the box is broken.
Okay.
Could be.
I'll look to you guys. We just tape it up and get it to him.
Yes, exactly what I was thinking.
Bam.
All right, with a quick flash of duct tape and masking tape, you tape the box up.
I will use cereal boxes to make the frame for the outside of it.
Do the for me the junior high textbook cover.
Yeah, yeah.
The dust jacket for the textbooks.
The skill spell casting. What does that do?
It is for spell casting. You can use it to cast spells, create spells. You can also use it to knowledge if you need to.
Could I use it to maybe mend the box, or at least try to mend the box?
No, because that means you would have to know the enchantment that was on it, and you don't.
Or just the wooden box in general, not try and put the enchantment on it, just preparing the wood.
No, because you can't create things out of nothing.
Okay.
Go ahead, reach in there. Reach in there and pull out the splinters.
I don't like
Do
the
it.
way anybody's talking right now. It's
it.
making me very edgy.
Go ahead and fish them out with your little fingers.
Put your hand in the box.
I'm gonna use my magic before I do anything else to heal myself.
Good call.
Okay. All right. Since you've got all the time in the world you want, go. You're good. You are fully healed.
Okay.
I'm not going to make you roll for it at this point because you literally have all the time you want.
Okay. Yeah, I will say, do you guys want me to try and magic the box back together? I think we can get the pieces out.
Oh yeah, that works.
I mean, magic
And you
sounds
fix
better
it?
than my jerry rigging, which is the only skill that I have.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll put the duct tape and the cereal boxes on the table and you get the magicking.
I will reach my little hands into there, pull out the pieces of wood.
Yay!
What everybody
Yes.
wanted. No, I will.
As you start to slip your fingers into the broken segments of box, you kind of feel around. The cracks begin to spread quicker, and eventually the top of this crate box thing completely breaks and drops inside. You see the book and it is surrounded by insect carapaces. Bugs that are long dead, leaving their shells and legs about. The book is very old, bound by leather and what looks like steel. A simple rose design and a scythe dominate the center point. There's a strange whispering in your mind as the book feels like it is calling to you.
I half a million. I'm gonna ignore the book and just get the pieces
Roll
of
your
wood.
willpower.
Let's see where willpower right there.
Yep.
Roll 2.
As you start to dig around, you find your hand drifting ever closer to the book. And you can start to feel this strange static as your fingers are nearly touching it. Everyone else in the room can start to see that Copperfield's eyes are starting to darken. The pupils are starting to disappear, and there's a strange feeling about him. His eyes seem to be locked on that book as he is reaching slowly towards it.
I'm gonna take out my windbreaker again and throw it over the book.
At the same time, I'm going to take my fully chromed out right arm and just backhand him.
All right. Roll me a physical attack. You're attacking at this point.
Which is...
It's melee. Or, I'm sorry, unarmed combat.
Oh, there it is. That's 2.
With a 2, you were able to push him back without causing damage because you didn't hit him hard enough.
Thank you.
And Copperfield, you kind of land on a couch and you have this feeling of the sooner this book is away from you, the better.
Okay.
I also need another D6 roll.
From me?
For me?
From Copperfield.
Roll
Uh-oh.
2.
You now have this strange knowledge of how to make shoes, like cobble them, like old school way. But you've also forgotten how to make the cookies.
Oh.
Or at least they're not as... It's more of a struggle. You can kind of remember, oh, you need a cup of this, a couple ounces. You don't remember to the same detail. But now you remember, or now you know how to make old school cobbled shoes.
If I were an elf, I'd be super, super offended by all this.
Okay. Yeah, we need to get rid of this book now. I don't like this.
I give you the guys like the biggest side eye.
Midas, since we have been letting them do that, you were doing an extended test to hack and get the information or the clearance for getting into Edward Light's apartment. Let's get that computer roll, and I'm going to lower the target on my end.
Alrighty.
Uh-oh.
Spaghetti-o. 1, 2. So that's 4 successes.
With 4 successes, you are kind of half jacked into the network, half out, kind of watching them so they don't destroy your apartment. And you see something come across the order form or across the matrix that catches your eye. It looks like there's a food delivery that is designed for Edward Light's apartment. It looks like there is a truck that drops off food at the dock, and then they subcontract in dashers to deliver the food and stock the fridges. If you want, you could claim that.
The food? Oh, wait. No. Hold on. I can get that in.
I can steal this guy's DoorDash.
Yeah.
No, this isn't a meal. This is his groceries. Like, this is a grocery delivery that you've intercepted.
Right, because he eats all his meals at home and stuff. So perfect.
All right.
Yeah. Once I find that,
give me a hack. See if you can grab it.
Alrighty. Nino. Giant lump.
Woo!
So 8 successes.
With that many successes, you were able to claim the grocery delivery tag. It also has the clearance codes that you need to get in. And it looks like all you have to do is show up at the dock and take the stuff up. It looks like the delivery is set up for tomorrow at 8 p.m.
Alrighty. Yeah. Stop messing with that box.
Yeah, actually, it's jostled something loose from my memory here. I could forge us all an ID.
We could also just deliver it with his groceries.
Oh, good news.
Oh, thank God. When's that going down?
Tomorrow, 8 p.m.
That sounds fine.
Well, now that you have messed around with this strange book, claimed your new way to get in, we're going to call this episode right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Life in the big city can be busy and chaotic, and sometimes you just don't have the time to get what you need between work, getting your kids to school, and that party you promised to be at. Well, don't worry. Rocket Grocery is here to help rocket your worries away. With our services, you can place an order on any of our apps for groceries, home supplies, well, anything you really need. With plans starting as low as 50 new yens a month, you can be sure that you're never going to have to worry about if or when you'll have it. Rocket Groceries, blasting off at the speed of life.
Hey everyone, Nightland here, co-creator of What the Dice, and player of Sparkles for Season 2, to do some thank yous here at the end of our episode. First and foremost, I would like to thank each and every single one of you for listening. We would not be here today without you, and I do mean that sincerely. We never thought we would get this far, and knowing that there's someone out there, yeah, I'm talking to you, the one with the earballs listening right now. If it wasn't for you guys and us knowing that you're actually here and enjoying what you're listening to, we wouldn't have kept going, and it genuinely fills our heart with joy, and I want to make sure that we tell you every single time at the end of these episodes. We are eternally grateful. Second, we would like to take a moment to thank all the things that we use in our day-to-day What the Dicey ways. First up, Epidemic Sound for our sound effects and music, Podbean for being our host, Foundry VTT, and Forge VTT for creating their virtual tabletop gaming applications and services, Craigbot for our recordings, Catalyst Game Labs for Shadowrun, which is the current system we are running. And with that, if you can spare a moment of effort and want to help us out, the best thing that you can do is honestly, tell a friend, share us, drop a link in a Discord somewhere that you're a part of, or take that 2-second effort of hitting a like, hitting a follow, giving us a star rating. Whatever the button is on whatever it is that you're listening to us on goes a long way in helping us fight that horrible algorithm monster. Also, the Topps Company Inc. has sole ownership of the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sound, audio, video, and or any proprietary material used in the connection with the game Shadowrun. The Topps Company Inc. has granted permission to What the Dice to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and or any proprietary material for the promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with What the Dice in any official capacity whatsoever.